What did you have for breakfast this morning? Or for dinner last night? Chances are that you probably consume some type of meat product, whether it be chicken, beef, pork, etc. But did you know that the livestock industry has a huge impact on climate change? You might have heard of Meatless Mondays, which is an initiative to drive people to not eat meat 1 out of 7 days a week, to introduce plant-based diets in order to lower the carbon footprint of the meat industry. Since meat-free diets are not an attainable everyday diet for everyone, my goal is to get you to participate in Meatless Mondays or to replace some meals with plant-based alternatives for the sake of the planet. Now let's discuss how maintaining livestock and producing meat is affecting the planet negatively. Yeazer from University of Michigan explains that meat consumption is bad for the environment due to the greenhouse gases that are emitted and the excessive use of pesticides, fertilizer, water, and fuel. Industrial meat accounts for 14.5% of greenhouse emissions, according to Christiansen. Now, of course, eating meat itself is not killing the planet. It is the fact that you are continuing the supply-demand chain where the suppliers harm the planet to create product to feed the demand. According to Peterson Farm Brothers, a majority of meat is manufactured in large industrial farms, which are farms that house over 1,000 livestock or span over 1,000+ acres of land. Now, where in the world is there 1,000+ acres of unused, flat, treeless land? The answer is nowhere. This drives the farmers to contribute to deforestation in order to provide space for their livestock and the food needed to raise their livestock. Greenpeace claims that industrial meat is the single biggest cause of deforestation globally. Since part of the land needed for livestock is to grow the food to use to raise the livestock, it would make more sense for the land to be used for crops for human consumption, rather than using up more land to hold the livestock that are being fed. Farm to table, not farm to animal to table. Now, let's get into how the meat industry wastes water. Now, we all know that the earth is covered in approximately 70% of water, and water is used and wasted in plenty of activities like cooking, cleaning, and recreation. However, according to PETA, half of the water used in the US is used for raising livestock for consumption. To produce 1 pound of meat, over 2,400 gallons of water are used. So in theory, cutting out a pound of meat from your diet would save 2,400 gallons of water. Now, after all this talk of how bad meat production is, how should you go about changing your diet in order to benefit the environment? As previously stated, there's an initiative called Meatless Mondays, which is used by businesses and families in over 40 countries and was recently introduced in all public schools in New York City, according to the Monday campaigns. Of course, you can opt to have a meat-free meal any day of the week, or even just a meat-free deal in your diet. Easy meat replacements are items such as legumes, tofu, lentils, mushrooms, and many other things. The internet is a wonderful place where there's an abundance of recipes for breakfast, lunch, dinners, and snacks. So why not try one that doesn't include meat? Meat replacements are even becoming popular in the fast food industry, like the Impossible Whopper at Burger King or the Sofritas at Chipotle. So even an on-the-go fast food meal can be meat-free. According to Greca, individuals who show more empathy for animals actually find switching to plant-based diets easier than those who believe in human superiority. One concern that many people have with plant-based diets is getting nutrients like protein, but eating a diet with a mixture of plant-based meals and meat-based meals should prove no problems with protein intake. But if there's still a concern, most meat-eating Americans don't even reach the daily goal for protein intake that they worry so much over when it comes to plant-based meals. And even Many meat alternatives have a lot of protein, like chickpeas, which have 8.9 grams of protein per 100 grams. Now, another major concern with plant-based diets is the cost. Adopting a vegetarian or a vegan lifestyle gets incredibly pricey, especially for a college student. But as stated previously, my goal is to get you to aim for an alternative meal once a week or however often that you're comfortable with. Target has great affordable freezer options like Holy Veggie, which carries cauliflower chicken and pizza, or Sweet Earth, which carries General Tso's tofu with 11 grams of protein and butter chicken with 16 grams of protein. Overall, everyone on Earth, or even in the United States, becoming a vegetarian or vegan is not an attainable goal in the near future. But knowing the environmental impact of what you eat can help you to make more conscious choices when choosing what you eat, and can drive individuals to take a stab at some plant-based alternatives and potentially add them into their regimen. So next time you find yourself getting fast food on your lunch break, in the grocery aisle, or looking up recipes for dinner, why not try out a plant-based alternative to help slow climate change?